It looks like those cold nights are definitely on the way. I've just found out that early morning is going to drop down to 0. And that's the coldest that we will have experienced it inside a static caravan. So that's going to be a little test for us as we approach winter. So it's a good thing that we're doing everything we can to get on top of all these jobs that need doing. We have now finally finished lagging every single pipe under this fan, and some we've put double layers of bubble wrap on as well, just in case. We've already done under the sink, and I finished fitting all those panel heaters. So now every single room in this static caravan has got a panel heater, which have a 24-hour timer on them. So we can set those to come on an hour before we get up, and for half an hour at night as well, if we want to do that. But I'm more concerned with airing the rooms out as well to prevent condensation. But since we've got one in every room, hopefully that's all we're going to need. But apart from that, we have carried on now doing these thermal curtains. But there was one little thing that I overlooked. These curtains are quite short. They just reach the shelf. I'll show you what I mean. So these are the original curtains, and they just sit level with that shelf, but we wanted them a bit lower. But we'd ordered the curtains at the length that we wanted, but we bought these panel heaters after that. So now that has caused a bit of a problem, but I've already found out a good way to fix that problem. These are the new curtains, and as you can see, they go over the top of this heater, which I definitely don't want, and I'm not tucking them behind that heater either. I don't think that's going to be safe at all. So all through night, these curtains can be full length because we'll not be using that heater because we use the gas fire. But when this comes on early morning, these curtains will have to stay where they are. So to help us with that problem, I've bought something new, and that's going to work out fine. And it's this. That's a thermal roller blind. So we can have that come down right to that shelf, and then as curtains can be closed just like that. And we'll do that both sides. So this is offering protection from cold, and it's not close to that heater. So when that comes on early morning, it's not going to be an issue. And we're still keeping that warmth in. So that's going to sort that problem out for us. I don't want those curtains sat on top of that heater when it kicks in early morning. So that is a good solution to that problem. And obviously, any other time when we're actually there using the gas fire, we can just have those curtains closed as normal. We just need to remember to open them back up beyond that heater and then put that roller blind down before we go to bed. And we've also got a couple of hot water bottles. To be honest with you, I'm not a massive fan of them, but I thought I'd give them a try since this year we're in a completely different situation. I'm pretty sure we're going to get quite a few more things as well, like extra rugs for beneath us feet. We have got a couple in kitchen, and I've also got one just under the sink where you're either washing your pots or watching your food while you're cooking, because that's a laminate floor and they get really cold. So we've already put one in place there. So as it drops colder, all we need to do is set all these timers to come on before we get up, and I think half an hour or so will do it. The one in the shower, that's only going to be manually turned on when we take a shower. We'll put it on every now and again to air that place out as well, and then we're still considering what to do in that toilet. Those heaters are a bit too wide for that toilet, so I'm still thinking maybe one of those small pipe heaters will do that job. And I believe they're quite low wattage as well. And when it comes to electric side of things, I did check these bulbs in here as well, because there is quite a few. Altogether, in this area, there's 6 bulbs. I have took a couple out because we don't need it that bright. But then I decided to take one out and check the wattage of it. And it turns out that they're only 9 watts. So that's brilliant. But they're also LED lights, so they're very bright. So them bulbs can stay in, they're not an issue at all. That just saves a little bit of electric on having 60-watt bulbs all the way through this van. And we're also going to be cutting back on how much we use that air fryer, because the gas is lasting quite a while. So while we've got an oven, I think I'm going to start and do a few meals in there because gas is cheaper than electric. So all these little savings are going to make a difference as it gets colder and colder and we advance towards using these panel heaters. So a few more changes here and there as we approach winter, and we want to make sure we're 100% prepared for it. And at the moment, I can't think of anything else. But if you can think of something that I've missed, just let me know in comments. We have been told that those big furry things that you put on are brilliant, so maybe we'll get a couple of those. It's going to be weird sat there with one of those on. But if it keeps you warm, what's it matter? The gas can that we've got outside is still going. It's been going for ages. I'm going to have to check back and see when we connected that one up. But it's definitely longer than 2 months, which I think is pretty good for price, which is £85. But since getting that one, I've also bought another. So that's standing there ready now to be connected when this one runs out. And as soon as I do that, I'll order another one. And I'll just keep doing that so we've got a constant supply of gas. I think it's going to be really interesting to see what his electric bill is going to be as well, because we get that every 6 months. So at some point during winter we'll be getting that new bill and we'll see what a difference it is compared to the previous one. So just a few updates to this van and I think everything's going to be fine. We've already made lots and lots of changes, but there's one other thing that we're definitely going to be doing, and it's going to help in 2 ways. We're also going to be using candles, and I don't mean those big candles or church candles that you get. I mean tea lights. We used to use them back at the previous place that we lived, and they create enough light if you don't mind it in this kind of setting while you're watching TV. But that house was very cold and that had central heating, and even when we kept it on low all night it still wasn't warm enough for us. But what we used to do is have a little table and we used to put about 7 or 8 tea lights on that table and light them all, and it was very surprising just what a difference that they made. And the price of tea lights are really cheap, so we're going to get a big pack of those. I think you can get those from places like IKEA and you get quite a lot for your money, and they don't last too bad either. So that is going to be something else that's going to take the edge off that cold and also help us reduce the cost of eating this place through rest of autumn and then all the way through winter. So it is definitely something we're going to be doing. So that'll be something that we'll be doing while we're sat here watching TV and then blowing them out before we go to bed. And if you've never done that before, it's definitely worth looking at because it does make quite a difference. And if you're interested in seeing other videos about caravan life in UK and how we're going to get through winter without any central heating, then please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.